Hello, everybody. This is Cooper Hogan. This is a short little podcast about kind of my take on the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock controversy. I've seen a lot of debate about it, and I think I'll weigh in. So, for those of you that don't know, Will Smith and Chris Rock got into an altercation on the stage of the Oscars. And if it sounds like I'm lying to you, that's not unreasonable to say, because when I first saw it, I immediately, well, I guess I shouldn't say that I first saw it. Really what happened was I got a text from one of my friends saying Will Smith just smacked the crap out of Chris Rock on live TV. And I knew the Oscars were that night. I'm not really that big of a fan of the Oscars. I'm a film and TV production major, and I'm still not a fan of the Oscars, so that should tell you something about how much the Oscars kind of suck. But, so, my friend texted me that Will Smith just smacked Chris Rock on TV, and I kind of figured it would be something like they've done in the past. Like, I think they had a scripted Jimmy Kimmel, Matt Damon feud on maybe it was the Oscars or maybe some other award show. But, like, that's not new. I just kind of figured it was that, and it was like, oh, haha, that's funny. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock or whatever. And I knew that they were I think that they've been friends for a minute in Hollywood. But essentially what happened is Chris Rock was up there, he was hosting the Oscars, he was making his jokes, and in classic Oscars fashion, they're jabs at all of these rich, multimillionaire actors. And one of which was a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, who is Will Smith's wife. And if you don't know, she recently was diagnosed with alopecia, I believe. So she's losing her hair. But honestly, she's kind of pulling it off. I mean, this is not unprecedented. A beautiful black woman with with a bald head it's always a good luck. So she's very fortunate to be able to pull it off, because some people it affects their life a lot more. But essentially, Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke, which I guess is a movie that stars a woman with a buzz cut, which there's a lot of debate over whether or not that's an okay thing to do. I usually err on the side of political correctness in the most strict sense, just in my general life, because I do think that if you're going to say something that is going to actually physically or mentally kind of anguish the person that you're making a joke about, I do think it's kind of messed up to do. But in this case, I don't think that it was a bad thing. It was G.I. Jane is about a powerful, feminine figure. And I don't know. Whenever I first heard it, I didn't really get too offended by it. Of course, I don't have alopecia, so of course, this is coming from a privileged standpoint. But I like to think that I'm pretty knowledgeable on this sort of stuff, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem that offensive to me, especially in the context of you're at the Oscars. I mean, Ricky Gervais laid into those people for years and years and years, saying some way worse stuff. I mean, I think he made a joke about Caitlyn Jenner killing someone in a car accident or something. This is not unprecedented. It happens. But essentially, he made this joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, and at first you can see Will Smith is laughing along with everyone. It got a pretty good reaction from the crowd, and everyone except for Jada Pinkett Smith, of course, she is sitting there stone-faced, not looking pleased. And in the clip, you can literally see Will Smith laughing and then seeing his wife's reaction, and then just stone-faced, Complete, yeah. And then essentially he gets up, walks on the stage, and the whole crowd is laughing because they think it's like a joke or something. He gets up on the stage, and even Chris Rock is kind of like laughing too, like, oh, this is funny that Will is like, doing like gonna fake that he's gonna come up here and fight me or whatever. But he actually went up there and just smacks Chris Rock across the face. And, it's just like a stun over the crowd because people kind of can't tell if it was serious or whatever. And he goes back and sits down, and Chris Rock is just kind of in shock. And it ends up that Will Smith starts screaming, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, blah, blah, blah. Excuse my language, but it is pretty important. He's cursed live at the Oscars, like on live television. So it was just a huge ordeal, and immediately it was kind of, people were kind of taking sides. Like, well, Chris Rock, some people say Chris Rock deserved it because, he made this joke about his wife, Will Smith's just protecting his family, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's ever okay to just go up and hit someone, especially for comedy. I mean, it's an act. He's putting on an act. If you don't like it, like, that's like me saying, oh, I hate, Martin Scorsese's use of a narrator, so I'm going to go beat the shit out of him. That just doesn't make sense. But Will and Jada have had a pretty complicated history in their relationship, and like I think Jada Pinkett Smith slept with one of her son's like best friends, and so it's just kind of messy, but the whole relationship has been weird. And this felt to me like a broken man that's in an emotionally manipulative relationship, seeing an opportunity to have an in, to like make his wife kind of love and respect him more by him standing up for her. And he just went over the top. So, it was definitely, I think it was an awful thing for him to have done. I think it really showed his true colors. And, since we have also learned recently that Chris Rock, has gone through plenty of trauma in his past. He's been bullied growing up, he's been mugged multiple times, and he sees therapy about it. And, now he's getting assaulted on live television, and some people are taking the side of the assaulter. The rest of the night, Will Smith went up there and won an Oscar the same night. It's just crazy. I don't. It's a crazy situation. My take is, I think Chris Rock is in the right. I don't think that was an offensive joke to make, because it wasn't negative at all. It was just addressing it, and if anything, I think that it could, this whole thing has brought awareness to alopecia, so that is good. But I think I'm Team Chris Rock on this, and yeah, I definitely changed my view of Will Smith, that's for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like to hear me ramble, I might do another one of these soon. So thank you, and have a good one.